So here's the game plan we wish we had before we started our online businesses. In this video, we're going to show you the 3-step process on how top nomadic prospectors write their own 5-figure paychecks.
So what we're about to do here is a 4-part challenge, and you want to make sure you mark the calendar for the grand finale, which is the last part. And the date for that grand finale is somewhere on this page or in the video description below. Now, if you watch this video all the way till the end, you also have the chance to participate in our giveaway, and that is a course package valued at $5,000. The winner will be selected from the leaderboard at the end of this 4-part challenge.
Let me quickly explain how the leaderboard works, because it's really simple. You just watch each and every training inside of this challenge all the way till the end. Then you like the post right here and you comment. And if you provide value and other people see what you were posting and other people like what you just said, then you will get rewarded points. And at the end of the challenge, the person with the most amount of points will win this course package.
So be active in the community, watch all the videos till the end, and share your daily wins and lessons learned from this 4-part video challenge. But before we reveal the 3-step process, let's quickly recap what we talked about in video number 1 in case you didn't already see that. We were talking about the biggest gold rush in the human history and what a nomadic prospector is and does, and why there is such a huge demand for it in today's day and age. And so now, how do the top nomadic prospectors get paid tens of thousands of dollars in commissions each and every month? And the whole thing works because there's something called a high ticket offer and closers. So there's essentially an offer these coaches and businesses have, which is usually $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 or even more. There's literally no end to the top in what this can cost. And at that price point, there is usually always somebody doing the closing, sealing the deal, doing the selling, and that's the nomadic closer.
But the problem is that these nomadic closers, they need qualified leads with appointments. And when we talk about appointments, we don't mean any appointments with tire kickers or something. We mean true gold standard appointments with people who are warmed up and ready to buy, and not just standing there and having no idea of what's actually going on. And this is exactly what a nomadic prospector can provide, and also why they are so high in demand and why they get a major piece of the commissions in the process. And by the way, if you're already a nomadic closer and want and need more qualified gold standard appointments, or just want to increase your commission, what follows is also super important for you. So this isn't just a random process. This is a real framework, and it has 3 parts. Part 1 is attract, part 2 approve, and part 3 is assign. And Manu's gonna dive deep right now into attract.
And so the attract step works like this. All these coaches have followers on their social media platforms, and a nomadic prospector goes through that list of followers and sends them a simple voice message to attract interest. Now, this is not just some random message sent out like some spamming people or pushing them into doing something. No, there is a proven process and formula to make that happen that gets people interested in those high ticket offers that coaches have. A message could be, for example, just a simply welcome to the community for a new follower and stuff like that. So this doesn't come across pushy or salesy, and is actually just a natural starter of a new conversation and to figure out what we're gonna do in the next step.
And then we have step number 2, which is approve. As soon as someone shows interest and is responding and is having a nice conversation, and actually you're providing value during the first part, during the attraction part, the nomadic prospector invites that person to a free discovery call, where the nomadic prospector goes ahead and either approves that person or disapproves that person for the offers of the coach. And we do this by a defined gold standard, and nobody else is teaching you this out there in the whole marketplace. The gold standard is actually something that we perfected over the years, and if the person ticks all the boxes, then we hand them over to a nomadic closer. So that means you don't have to do any selling at all. And this is actually the step number 3, the assignment step, where you assign the appointment to a nomadic closer.
And so the nomadic closer picks up where the nomadic prospector left off in the process. They have a qualified gold standard appointment with that person. And so they take now care of the entire selling process, right? They go into situation and where they want to go and like build this bridge towards closing the deal, and essentially close the deal eventually, handle objections, any questions, and push that forward to the onboarding. In that that process, also the money gets collected, and that means there is a commission paid out to the nomadic closer, but also to the nomadic prospector. In fact, as we mentioned earlier, it's actually the bigger chunk of the commission that goes to the nomadic prospector, because the nomadic prospector is just so much in demand, and the nomadic closer couldn't do anything without gold standard appointments, in fact, from the nomadic prospector. No appointments means no closed deal, and no closed deal means no money for the business, for the coach, or anyone in the company. And that's why the nomadic prospector in this process becomes the MVP of the business, the most valuable person of the business.
And actually, if you take a look at this illustration right here, as you can see, the nomadic prospecting part is actually 2/3 of the entire process. So the nomadic closing part is just the last third. And that's why if you combine everything, let's say you are already a closer and you pick up the nomadic prospecting skill, you will have 3/3 of the entire thing. You will get the biggest commission possible if you are both. But if you're just focused on becoming a nomadic prospector, it's 2/3 of the entire pie without needing to sell, basically.
Now, if you think like, Manu, Sam, this sounds all good, you know what? I just go out myself and push a few buttons and do this thing myself. We want to tell you that nothing could be further from the truth. We see people like this all the time who send out 500 messages a day and then they get ghosted, or they simply do not get qualified gold standard appointments. The nomadic closer is mad at them, the coach is mad at them, because the entire thing is not just working out how it's supposed to be. So there is clearly more to that than just pushing a few buttons and make it happen. And so if you want to make sure that you are not one of those failing miserably online, like the ones sending out 500 messages and getting ghosted and not having anything coming out of that at the end of the day, then make sure you complete this 4-part video challenge and watch our next video.